All right, number 5 says, if the graph of a function is symmetric with respect to the y-axis, which of the following must be true? And then it gives us these 4 options. F of x equals f of negative x, f of x equals negative f of x equals the absolute value of f of x, or f of x equals 1 over f of x. So symmetric with respect to the y-axis means that whatever's on this side of the y-axis is going to be mirrored over here on the other side of the y-axis. For example, a parabola like this. Or anyway, the parabola right side up would also work. It's symmetric with respect to the y-axis because we could fold this right along the y-axis and the graph would just fold onto itself. So this is symmetric with respect to the y-axis. And we want to see which one of these works. So this first one, f of x equals f of negative x. What that means is that if we had f of x, let's say x is 1, then f of x is going to be down here at negative 1. And then that should equal f of negative x. So let's take negative 1, and we note that f of negative 1, sorry, I'm not drawing this very well, but f of negative 1 would also be 1. So this is true. Let's test out this one, f of x equals negative f of x. That means that f of 1 should equal both negative 1 and positive 1. Well, that's not true. In fact, this can't be true if we have a function. This is going to be true for things that are symmetrical on the x-axis, but those are not going to be functions. F of x equals the absolute value of f of x. Well, here, so f of 1 here was negative 1, but that's not equal to the absolute value of f of x because that would be positive 1. And then f of x equals 1 over f of x. That would actually work for just this for this one value here where it's negative 1, but it wouldn't work for anything else. If we said f of x equals or x equals 2, f of x is going to be down here at negative 4. That's not the same as 1/4 or negative 1/4. So the only one that works is f of x equals f of negative x. And that's going to be true for any function that is symmetric with respect to the y-axis.